In the past, it has not been easy to discover all the features of the QED.NET Toolkit. When the app opened, you would just see a gray screen like this, without much guidance on what you could do. But starting in version 10, we've added a new home screen for Toolkit that consolidates all of the common features on a single screen that appears automatically when starting the software. This makes it easy to quickly get to what you want to do and helps you discover features that you may not have been aware of. So I'll give a brief overview of all the things that can be done through the new home screen. So first of all, analysis notebooks are now front and center, as opposed to being tucked away in the file menu. Notebooks are often the best way to perform an analysis of similar files in a repeatable way without the complexity of working directly in an analysis scratchpad. So you can browse notebooks using a new file browser that we've developed specifically to work with the types of files you interact with in QED.NET, like notebooks and metrology files. So if I double click on this widget, it opens a new tab showing the contents of the QED Notebooks folder. You can now see a preview of what each notebook would look like with generic data passed in, since no data is actually saved with the notebooks, and you can see a description of each notebook. When you find the notebook that you're looking for, just double click it and it will open in a new tab. These new file browsers have a lot of nice features that we will discuss more in a separate video. If you prefer to work in an analysis scratchpad, for example if you are prototyping a new set of analysis steps or just doing a one-off analysis, you can easily launch a new scratchpad window using this widget. You can browse metrology files using a file browser similar to the notebook browser. If I double click on this widget, it opens the browser in a new tab. A preview of each map in this directory is shown, along with the size of the map and the PV and RMS values. I can easily navigate through the file system to find the file that I'm looking for. I can double click it to open it in a scratchpad, or I can right click it to see more options. One of the nice right click options is that I can choose the notebook or scratchpad window that the file is sent to, and I see a preview of the tab to make sure I send it to the correct place. You can open an exported notebook using the widget in the lower left. This will show a browser similar to the notebook browser, but for exported notebooks. You can open up a saved scratchpad to easily load in a scratchpad that you had previously created using this widget here. I can also browse parts in a workspace. So if I have a workspace open, the parts and surfaces in that workspace would be displayed, or I can use the Load From button to view parts from another workspace. The bottom section shows some additional tools that may be useful, but are not as commonly used as those in the top section. The first widget is a customizable widget that defaults to the default single map notebook, but can be modified by right-clicking and setting a new name for this widget, and setting a new notebook to open up when you double-click it. The second widget here opens the process diagram editor. This widget here opens up the script console, which can be useful for things like processing multiple maps through a scratchpad or notebook, or analyzing data from multiple workspaces. The last set of widgets open up the Rotate Surface, Convert Surface, and Create Part screens, which are the same screens that can be opened through the Procedures menu here. Finally, the Getting Started button at the bottom links to some help pages to get you started using the QED.NET Toolkit, analysis notebooks, and scripting. So we hope this screen makes it easier to use the toolkit and explore the many features that it has to offer. And as always, please reach out to the support email list if you have any questions.